What's up everyone? Welcome Squad and welcome to Slav Guns. The leaves are starting to fall, so it means one thing: the shooting season is upon us. If you like being at the ragged edge of innovation and being the guy or gal at the range with the newest toys, then you're gonna love this video. As stated in episode 0 of Precision Rifle series, one of the goals is to see whether or not the newer calibers such as 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 300 PRC, and 224 Valk can close the gap between hand-loaded ammo and factory-purchased varieties. So far, we've looked at two chassis guns, the Thompson Center LRR and the Howa Oryx and 308 Winchester, and what we found is that while we did get sub-MOA accuracy with quality match ammo from Hornady, we got even better results by doing some basic hand loading and using those very same excellent 168 grain ELD match bullets with different powders. The next two rifles we're looking at are in a caliber I fell in love with down at the FTW Ranch at the Ruger Media event, shooting the Ruger Precision Rifle and the Ruger Hawkeye long-range target at distances past 1,400 yards. That new caliber is 6.5 PRC, brought to market by Hornady. So let's take a look at a quick video I did with Neil Emery of Hornady down at the event, introducing two new cartridges, and we'll take a deeper dive in the 6.5 PRC cartridge.
Hey, I'm Neil Emery from Hornady. We're here at the FTW Ranch shooting some new cartridges. About 10 years ago plus, we brought out the 6.5 Creedmoor, which has done really well. It's become extremely popular because it shoots in every rifle really well. It has a lot to do with the rifles and the cartridge, and in particular the chamber design. If you want something a little faster, whether you're hunting or shooting ELR type matches, the 6.5 PRC offers the same bullets as the Creedmoor at 250 feet per second roughly, faster velocities. This year we also came out with the 300 PRC, which is a 30 cal Magnum that has those same benefits, chamber design, everything that the Creedmoor has, only in a long action Magnum 300 with 225 grain ELD match loads or a 212 grain hunting load.
So, do you get it by now? 6.5 PRC is the 6.5 Creedmoor for manly men. In all seriousness, the 6.5 PRC was a caliber that, like many others before it, it was designed around a specific purpose, in this case an up-and-coming and growing gun game, the Precision Rifle series. At the forefront of the cartridge's development was George Gardner, the president and senior rifle builder of the very well-known GA Precision. The PRS established rules where you had to use a projectile of up to 30 caliber in diameter and up to 3,200 feet per second. George Gardner developed the round with the goal of getting to 3,150 feet per second with as high as possible ballistic coefficient. A high ballistic coefficient means a flatter shooting round. The secondary goal was to have this round fit your standard actions. The more actions it can fit, the more accessories you have, the more rifle makers are there. The reason why the 6.5mm projectile was chosen is that there is a wide variety of projectiles, and the 7mm projectiles would not do it safely. Together with Hornady, the 6.5 PRC round was developed. It's based on a 300 Ruger compact Magnum case and was necked down to a 6.5mm projectile. The projectiles for the 6.5 PRC are typical of what you would find in the 6.5 Creedmoor, but it's in a much bigger case with more powder, and in essence, you can think of 6.5 PRC as the 6.5mm Creedmoor Magnum. The two factory ammo choices offered by Hornady are the 6.5 PRC Match with the 147 grain ELD match bullet and the 6.5 PRC Precision Hunter with the 143 grain ELDX bullet. In my own testing, out of two different Ruger firearms, I got about 2,900 feet per second with the 147 grain load, which is right where it's advertised. With the lighter projectile in the 135 to 140 grain range, you should be able to hit that 3,150 feet per second. Interesting of note is that a few hand loaders on various forums have reported pushing the 140 grain or higher projectiles at more than 3,200 feet per second. Now, I do think that's going to be near the max, and the results would be easier to achieve out west where you have higher elevation and lower humidity. So, who's the cartridge for? Naturally, this cartridge is great for precision long range and extended long range shooting, including the various gun games. Interestingly though, the cartridge is also making massive inroads with hunters, particularly out west, where long-range hunting past 500 yards is the norm rather than the under 200 yards we get here in the Northeast. The reasons for this success are fairly simple. The 6.5 PRC has most of the energy of the popular 300 Win Mag cartridge. However, it has the inherent accuracy, flatter shooting, and lighter recoil characteristics of the 6.5 Creedmoor. Furthermore, due to the cartridge design, it feeds reliably out of both magazine and top-loading internal box magazine rifles. Are there other cartridges out there that can push a projectile as fast? Yes, there are, but it also comes with a price, namely barrel life. More powder pushing a bullet through a smaller hole at a faster velocity will lead to much faster barrel wear. With some of the hot rod 6mm cartridges, you may only get as little as 500 to 1,000 rounds before it's time to change another barrel. The 6.5 PRC was designed to give you all of the benefits you're looking for without having to replace your barrel after every few range trips. So, should you consider this cartridge? Let's go with a simple one. If you have the ability to hand load ammunition, absolutely, without a doubt, yes. 6.5 PRC likely uses the same components you're already using, such as the 6.5 projectiles for your 6.5 Creedmoor, large magnum primers, and slower burning powders that you already have for your larger magnums. The only thing different is the brass, and you have a number of companies making excellent 6.5 PRC brass, such as Hornady and ADG, both of which can be found on sites such as creedmoorsports.com. The dies are manufactured by a number of companies, including Hornady, Redding, and I believe a few others are close to doing them as well. And Hornady also offers two different types. If you're not a reloader, the answer is still likely a yes. If you're a hunter or want to hunt at distances of 500 yards or more, the 6.5 PRC is a great caliber which effectively extends the 6.5 Creedmoor range for responsible one-shot, one-kill hunting. If you're a long-range shooter or you want to get into long-range and extended long-range shooting but currently do not reload the 6.5 PRC, it's still seriously worth consideration, as you do get a flatter shooting round that stays supersonic for a few hundred yards longer than 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's not very punishing on the shoulder, especially with a suppressor or a very effective muzzle brake. The only downside at this time is going to be the relative ammo availability and the cost versus 6.5 Creedmoor and some other established calibers. Currently, Hornady is the only manufacturer of 6.5 PRC ammunition, which is available in two varieties: Precision Hunter with the 143 grain ELDX bullet, and the Hornady Match with a 147 grain ELDM bullet. Both of these are priced just about $5 per box more versus equivalent 6.5 Creedmoor counterparts. The challenge is, if you want cheap plinking ammo, you're not going to find it with 6.5 PRC, at least right now. The other side is that the round is relatively new, and you also need to plan ahead with your ammo purchases. While yes, you can go to your local Cabela's and find plenty of 6.5 PRC on the shelves, your local FFL probably has never heard of 6.5 PRC and will order it once he finally gets rid of his 45 gap inventory. The other popular place for ammo is Walmart, and while I have not seen 6.5 PRC ammunition on the shelves there yet, I mean, they do carry 224 Valkyrie, so maybe we'll see it in the future. Internationally though, while you are going to likely find this ammo in Canada, you're probably not going to find this ammo anywhere in Russia when you go on a hunt or on a safari in Africa. So, in any case, you can go online, save a few bucks, and just order it there. Bottom line, this is a really exciting caliber, which many rifle builders are choosing it for both production and custom builds. You currently have Ruger, GA Precision, Browning, Bergara, Christensen Arms, Gunworks, Axial Precision, Fierce Firearms, Hill Country Rifles, Horizon Firearms, Mauser, Montana Rifles, Patriot Valley Arms, Proof Research, Sauer, Savage Firearms, Seeking Precisions, Studable Precision, and others making long-range target and hunting guns, and there are many other small and large manufacturers planning on rifling chambers in the 6.5 PRC caliber soon. I currently have 2 Ruger firearms chambered in 6.5 PRC, and I'm waiting for 3 other guns chambered in 6.5 PRC from other manufacturers to come in. My goal is to test out and look at the majority of the rifles you may find on your local shelves and to see which one belongs in your collection. As always, thanks for watching. Press the thumbs up button down below and share the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay in the loop on all of the exciting 6.5 PRC rifles and more, and I'll see you next time.